Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's math video. All right, today we are going to be doing some work in our math work number 4 book. So go ahead and hit pause, grab your math book, grab your pencil, because we always do math in pencil, and come on back when you're ready. All right, friends, if you're back with me, that tells me you have your math book and you're ready to rock and roll. First things first, though, I feel like we need to do some counting. So during our small group time yesterday, we were working on some addition and some subtraction together. Our addition, on point. Everybody's doing fantastic. But I am noticing with our subtraction, when we're taking numbers away, we're still getting a little bit confused. So we're going to warm up our brains by counting. Then we're going to warm up our brains just reminding ourselves how we can use a number line to help us with our subtraction problems, okay? So let's start by counting by ones from 0 to 20. Ready? Oh, and this is my other thing. Please, please, please make sure you are counting out loud with me at home. I know it's a little bit silly. We're by ourselves. You're talking to a computer. I get it. Guess what? I do it every day. But if you are not saying it out loud with me at home, we're not teaching our brain to memorize. And sometimes counting and knowing what number comes before and after is all about memorizing it, putting it in our super smart brains and holding on to it really tight. Okay? So make sure you are counting out loud with me. Ready? Starting at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Now, starting at 20, we're going to count down the number line so we can practice our subtraction skills. Are you ready? Starting at 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Awesome. Okay, so we have to remember that it's important to know what comes before and after. So let's go ahead and count by twos. We're just going to count by twos from 0 to 20. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Now let's count by fives. Count with me, starting at 0. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Whew, that is so much counting, but y'all are rock stars. Good job. Okay, last thing, let's count by 10. So let's pretend our zero's up here. We're going to make that jump. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Awesome, my friends. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to do a little bit of math thinking this morning around subtraction. So yesterday during our small group time, we were working on filling in blanks. So we had equations such as 11 minus 3 equals blank. Well, remember, minus means we're taking away, so that means we are moving down the number line. So let's start at 11, okay? And we are going to make 3 jumps backwards. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So what is 11 minus 1, 2, 3? Where did we land? At 8. Good. But what if we don't have a number line? Then you just have to, this is where using our fingers and our toes or our counting blocks comes in handy, but we have to just count at 11 and count backwards. So starting at 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, so we started at 11. I subtracted my 3, and I landed at 8. That's why it's important that we are counting and practicing our number order so that if we don't have our number line, our super smart brains have that information in there. What if I have 16 minus blank equals 10? Well, now we need to figure out how many jumps we have to make on the number line to get from 16 to 10. So let's find 16. And it's minus, which means we're subtracting, which means we're taking away, which means we're going down the number line. So starting at 16, let's count the jumps until we get all the way to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so if we started at 16 and we make 6 jumps down the number line, we land at 10. So 16 minus 6 equals 10. Let's do one more just for fun because we all love math. Math is so fun. What if I am at 19 minus blank equals 4? So we're going to start at 19, and we need to know how many jumps it takes us to get down to 4. So 19 minus how many jumps will land us at 4? Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 19 minus 15 equals 4. What if we have a blank minus 3 equals 7? Well, if the very first number is blank, we don't know where to start on the number line, do we? This is a problem. Well, let's think about our fact families. Let's work this backwards. So if a number minus 3 equals 7, then that means 7 plus 3 would equal this number, right? We have to know our fact families. So knowing that, we're going to start at 7, and we're going to add 3 so we know where we start. So starting at 7, let's make 3 jumps. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Where did we land? Right, we landed at 10. So let's make sure our math was right. So if we start at 10, and now we subtract 3, let's make sure we land at 7. Ready? Starting at 10. 1, 2, 3. Where did we land? Did we land at 7? Hallelujah, our math was right. Kiss your super smart brains. Mwah, mwah. Okay, my friends, make sure that we are remembering and reminding ourselves that when we are subtracting, we're taking away and we're moving down that number line. But it is really important that you are practicing counting backwards, so as you subtract, you can count in your super smart brains for the times that you don't have a number line or you don't have your counting blocks. Okay? But now that our brains are nice and warmed up, let's take out our math workbook. We're going to open up all the way to page. Dun, 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 dun. I thought I had it paper clipped. Oh my goodness, Mrs. Sae-Wong. We're going to open it up to page 23. All right, we are on page 23. We have some word problems we're going to solve, and we are going to show different ways to write and make a number. Okay, hit pause if you need some more time to find page 23. We're going to keep moving forward. Let's read the first math story. Are you ready? It says, I had a birthday party. 3 friends came at 1 o'clock. 7 friends came at 2 o'clock. And 5 friends came at 3 o'clock. How many friends came to my party in all? So how many friends came to my party in all tells me we're going to be adding these numbers together, because in all means total, together. How many did I see? Now let's go back through and read this again and underline the number of friends. I had a birthday party. gosh, there's an exclamation point. Let me reread that. I had a birthday party. 3 friends came at 1 o'clock. 7 friends came at 2 o'clock. And 5 friends came at 3 o'clock. How many friends came to my party in all? So what I want you to do is hit pause and think about how we could draw this. How can we draw 3, 7, and 5 friends so that we have pictures to count? And then I want you to take a minute and write the number sentence. So the equation of how you add those 3 numbers together. Then I want you to solve it. That's why drawing the pictures out will be helpful because it'll give you something to count plus add together in your equation. So go ahead and hit pause, work on this first math story, and come back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you're done with the first math story. So now let's move down to story number 2. Read it with me. I was feeding ducks at a park. At first, there were 4 ducks in the lake. Then 4 more came. In the end, 2 more landed. How many ducks were there in the pond in all? So in all, we were adding up here. So what do you think we're going to do with that in all down here? You're right. We're going to add them together. So now let's go back through and reread, and let's underline all the numbers we're going to add together. I was feeding ducks at a park. At first, there were 4 ducks in the lake. Then 4 more came. In the end, 2 more landed. How many ducks were there in the pond in all? So again, I want you to draw pictures to represent all of the ducks. You're going to write your number sentence, which is your equation, and then you're going to solve it for me. Hit pause, work on math story number 2. Come on back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you are done with both of our math stories. Now let's talk about how we can show a number in 3 different ways. So the first one is done for us. This is the number 25. So they wrote out the word 25. They also drew 25 blocks. Count with me. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Then they wrote an addition sentence. Well, remember, if we break down 2-digit numbers, we take the tens. So 2 in our tens equals 20, plus 5 in our ones equals 5, so that equals 25. Then finally, they did tally marks. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, because tally marks are in groups of 5. So let's do the first one together. This first one is the number 17. Say that with me. 17. 17. Okay, so how many completed 10 frames or 10 blocks do we need? We need 1, right? So instead of blocks, I'm going to do X's because it goes a little faster. But I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then for my ones, how many ones do I need? I need 7, right? So I'm going to draw circles for my ones so that my super smart brain can remember my X's are my 10s and my circles are my ones. But if you want to draw blocks, you draw blocks. But I'm going to draw out my 7 ones. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now let's write our addition sentence. And if I'm going too fast, you just hit pause, my friends. So how many 10s do I have? I have 1 10. So I'm going to have 10 plus, how many 1s do we have? Good, plus 7 1s. So that equals 17. Now for the tally marks. This is where it's important that we pay attention to how many tally marks that we need. And I think the easiest way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because remember, 5 plus 5 equals 10. Okay, let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5, 10, 15. Now we need to count on from 15. 16, 17. So we stopped at 17. So I have 3 groups of 5 plus 2 tally marks to represent our 2 ones left over. This should be review. This should be something that's not too super tricky or confusing. I want you to hit pause and I want you to work on the next 4 numbers. If any of these are hard or you're stuck or you're like, holy moly, Mrs. Sae-Wong, I don't know how to write it, give me your best guess. Sound it out. It's okay if it's not perfect. Do your best to give me your completed 10 frame blocks and your ones blocks. Our addition sentences are something we work on in our number corner every day by breaking down our hundreds, tens, and ones. So I should be able to see everybody knock our addition sentences out of the park. Tally marks are a little bit trickier because we haven't practiced a lot in creating tally marks when we have a specific number. So I want you to do your best, forget the rest. If this is a challenge or struggle, we can talk about it during our meeting. But I want you to do your best and send me a picture so that I'll tell me if we need to practice this a little bit more. So go ahead and hit pause. Work on the remaining 4 numbers. Say them with me real quick. 23, 9, 18, 14. Okay, hit pause. Work on this page. Come back when you're ready. All right, my friends, if you're back with me, that tells me you're all done with page 23. That was a lot of math thinking today, so we're only going to work on page 23 today in our blue book. But give me your listening ears. I also need you to head over to Dreambox and give me 2 completed Dreambox activities today. Many of you are doing amazing at logging into Dreambox and practicing all the math skills. Some of us, it seems like maybe we forget or we're not spending enough time in there. Dreambox is so important because it is your opportunity to practice all the things that we're learning together. Okay, my friends? So you're going to see 2 math assignments in Seesaw today. One of them is to send me a picture of page 23. The second one is to give me 2 complete Dreambox activities. Okay, friends? Let me know if you have questions or if you're stuck on any of this. Let me know if you need some help with Dreambox. Otherwise, that's it for our math today. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for counting and adding and subtracting with me. I will see your adorable faces later. Bye, friends.